All right.
All right. So I have one last question for you. This one we have not talked about, so you have no clue what it is.
Oh, God.
So this one is going to be mainly for you and your ultimate vision. You know what I mean? So is at what point do you change plans or do you always stay the course?
Ooh, man, that's a tough one. Okay. So this is uh, I'm a goal-oriented guy, right? And I take my personal goals and then this is my like flaw, right? I take my personal goals so fucking serious, right? Because when I write something down, this is what it is. This is because I'm already thinking light years of how to execute something, right? The hardest thing is letting go of the plan, right? But the most humbling thing is to know when you're defeated, right? I wouldn't say defeated or where you need to change course, right? So, but I've learned that over time. There's no need to beat a dead horse if you know the horse is still going to be dead at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I've learned. So when it's time to change, it's when it just doesn't feel right anymore. When it doesn't feel right anymore, not what somebody told you. If it doesn't feel right to your core, don't do it. Change course.
Yeah. That's good edge right there. I think that's something really good to live by.
Yeah, 100%. What about you?
So for me, because I'm dyslexic, I see at the beginning and I see at the end. That's how I am with my vision. I am right now where I'm at right now, and I am 95 years old talking to my great grandson about what we're doing. So that's where we're at.
Yeah.
And then I work backwards. So for me, it allows my middle to be a little bit blurry. So I'm okay with changing the course. I have to be careful not to change too much, right? But I'm okay with sitting there saying like, this is the goal, but it's flexible as long as it gets me to the ultimate goal. So like you see the vision board behind me, and there's some things where when I'm doing something, I have to ask myself, does this help the goal? And that's to me helped me the most because it's either yes or no. If it's a no, then we walk away. If it's a yes, it gets us to our goal and it helps us get there a little bit faster, whatever. I don't even have to talk to the wife because we've already said these goals in the back are all the same. And so therefore we do. But I agree with you. It's hard when you have a plan to sit there and say, am I giving up on my plan? Or do I have new information that makes this plan not the same or it's obsolete?
100%. A lot of people have a tough time and they're super critical of themselves. We're our worst critics. Like, honestly, we are. Right. But sometimes, and a lot of people don't want to show that weakness towards other people. And this goes into what we talked about before, why you shouldn't tell everybody every goddamn thing, right? You shouldn't tell everybody every damn thing, because now if you take things super hard, you got to go around and explain people why you're not doing what you're doing, because you don't told everybody, because they're asking, now you're getting upset, right? And then you shouldn't get upset because you told them. They wouldn't know if you didn't tell them.
Yeah.
They're just being themselves, you know? But the thing is, when you do that, what I've learned, once you tell people things like that, right, they secretly waiting for you to see if you do it or not. And if you don't do it, they got more to talk about when you don't do something, right? You'll find out about that quick. So always keep your stuff to yourself.
Yeah, you've told me that a while ago, and I've kind of always thought about it because I've always been the person who's sitting there saying, man, I like to say what I'm going to do, not because I'm trying to brag about what I'm doing, because sometimes somebody's like, hey, I know somebody over here, and that's helped me out. But the bigger my goal has gotten, the bigger my vision has, I found out I can't tell people it and they understand what I'm talking about because they only looking at me right now. I see myself like way in the future. And then I'm just wasting my time trying to articulate or fight for a point where I'm like, you're not the one waking up at 5 a.m. I am. So what do you care what I'm doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I totally agree with that, man. So I totally agree with that so much. I relate to that so much. I remember I used to carry this selfie stick, right? I got everybody used to talk so much shit about my selfie stick, and I used to have my phone in there filming, right? I started doing that like 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I used to tell people like, yo, one day I'm going to have like just badass videos and just dope quality stuff. You know what I'm saying? In 5-6 years later, here we are. This is exactly what I have. You know, man, I saw the vision. I saw what was going to go. I saw myself what I was going to turn into. And then people didn't see the vision. Bail, do their own thing. That's fine. That's what I'm saying. It's too late. It's too late now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's dope, man. I appreciate you talking about this. I think we're going to do this more often. I like doing these type of things, actually just random questions. So again, if anyone has any questions like that, man, hit us both up. We'll start compiling some questions, and always make sure to like, subscribe. We got Instagram, Aesthetic Business. We got YouTube, Aesthetic Business, TikTok. I mean, there's anything you can. We're on everything. So hit us up and then let us know.
Yeah, man. It's been a pleasure, man. I love it, man. And again, I love doing these things, and you're going to see a lot more me and Mike just being ourselves. And yeah, that's really it.
All right, brother. Until next time.
Yeah.